Okay, so let's move on to the next one here. And the next one is, and this is not a figures talk show, but there's a couple reasons why I'm even talking about this Hot Toys Wolverine. So the one thing, the first thing is because this announcement actually did make it to news outlets that are outside of collectors circles and things like that. And mainly it's because we hadn't seen a look of Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, wearing the cowl, the mask, the whole outfit. And this is like the very first look that we kind of get this. Obviously, it's a figure. There's a lot of realism going on in Hot Toys for the people who are not following, Hot Toys and things like that. So this was like the first time that we really get a pretty good glimpse of it. And like I said, outside of the collectors circles, we've been talking about it for like a couple weeks now. I didn't get a chance to actually talk about it because I was kind of busy last week, so I didn't do a show with this particular announcement. So I decided to bring it up here today. But let me look at the article, because this was actually from IGN. So IGN actually talked about this, and as long as I've been collecting, they've only done this twice where I see like an outlet or a news source that talks about a hot toy figure that is not really their what they do basically, right? So let me try to get the page here from IGN. So they're basically talking about this because of what I just mentioned, right? This is the first look that we get of this Wolverine. And let's see, where is it? Here it is. Okay, so let me show it here. Hopefully you guys can see it. Okay, so we have here Hot Toys Wolverine figure offers closest look yet at Hugh Jackman's new costume. So we have here Deadpool Wolverine not only features the first MCU appearance of Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, it's also the first Marvel movie to have Logan decked out in a comic book accurate yellow and blue costume. Now we're gotten a much better look at that new costume thanks to Hot Toys' incredibly detailed and lifelike Wolverine figure. So I don't know if you guys were not wanting to get spoiled and you haven't seen this before, but I mean, I've been posting images of this Wolverine on my social media for like weeks now. But yeah, let's go to you, Mr. Alex Montano, just in general about the figure and just your overall thoughts about just this version, comic version of Wolverine in a live action.
I think
film.
it's the figure that everybody wanted for a while. Like, this is the Wolverine that everybody wanted from Hot Toys since I can remember. And I mean, it looks awesome. The head sculpt is great. I don't love the hair, but I think it's just, I mean, they can fix it, or it's not a big deal. I think most people are gonna display it with the mask on. So I think it's pretty good looking, man. Like, I don't buy Hot Toys anymore, but I really like this figure. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, so they have the collector's edition or the standard edition that doesn't have the head sculpt. So it has
Just the mask.
It just has this, right? So it doesn't have the head sculpt.
Okay.
And it doesn't have the battle damage armor. And then I joked once before that it doesn't come with the claws, but but yeah. So this will be the collector's edition. Again, this is a very good look. I think. I mean, this is what it's going to look like in the movie. We haven't seen this in live action yet, right? So we haven't seen at least as I'm aware of. Maybe they dropped something earlier today. I don't know, but they actually haven't dropped live action version of this yet. So this is the closest that we got to this.
Yeah.
Matthew, what are your thoughts on this Wolverine Hot Toys?
Well, it looks great. Firstly, I've always loved the yellow and blue. I'm not one who thought that they couldn't do it in live action. I just thought they wouldn't. But now that they have, and we actually see it, it looks amazing. And then I'm glad that with the deluxe edition, we have the shoulder pads with it as well. Because I don't think we're getting that in the movie. But I'm glad we could do that on the figure. But yeah, I think it looks great. I'm probably gonna pick this up in the future if it doesn't, sell out before it comes out. But yeah, I love it.
I'm sure they're making a lot of these. I mean, it's just like it's just like that one figure, that one character that is gonna have a high demand, right? So
yeah,
I think that's gonna be good there. Let's look at the live chat here. We have John Stutzman saying, "I'm very excited to see Super Mario 2, and I'll be seeing Deadpool and Wolverine on 4DX." So yeah, thanks so much, John Stutzman. I don't think I've seen you in the live chat before, so welcome. Thank you so very much. And actually, 4DX, I was kind of considering watching a movie in 4DX for Twisters. For Deadpool and Wolverine, I just had to get whatever tickets that I was able to get right away because I want to watch it that Thursday night, so I wasn't going to be super picky. But Mr. Kuso saying he looks so good, referring to this figure here. And then Yomo dropping by here. Thanks so much, Yomo, for being here. It says perfection, of course, Mr. Yomo, big Wolverine fan. Austin Nicholas saying, Gio, thanks so much, Austin Nicholas, for being here, for dropping by. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much there. Then John saying Wolverine toy looks awesomeness. So yeah, definitely. So this, like I said, this figure was announced last week. The best look that we've had so far of the overall costume as to what he's going to look like. I do see Wolverine. I do see Hugh Jackman, I should say, in this head sculpt. I don't really have too many issues with it. To be honest with you, I think it looks great.
It looks great. Like just the hair, like it looks kind of flat, but
yeah.
Do you think it would have been better if it was the artisan rooted hair?
No.
Do you think that'll be a bit of an issue?
Yeah, short hair, rooted, no. Hot Toys, no.
Yeah, I don't know with how that's going to be, because they did the. I'm sure you know about this. I think we talked about it on my Star Wars talk show about the Dark Side Luke.
Yeah,
the artisan is short hair, and we haven't seen that yet, right? We haven't seen what it actually looks like in hand. But obviously they didn't go this route for the artisan rooted hair, right? For this right here. So let me see here. I think there's another comments in here. See, always brothers, says Austin Nicholas. Yes, definitely, Mr. Austin Nicholas. Okay, so let's see. So let's go back here to okay. So again, masthead with interchangeable lower faces, and I believe that's also for the standard or the collector's edition. For the deluxe, we have separate rolling eyeballs. Actually, I think it would be for the deluxe because there's no head sculpt for the standard. Interchangeable sleeved arms, interchangeable battle damage armors, which I mentioned earlier. Masthead with interchangeable lower faces, attached claws, and that base. I'm not a big fan of the base, but
no.
I'm not even sure if I would use that anyway. But yeah, it looks great. $340 if you want the exclusive, and I think it's like $280 for the standard. So that's how much that hot toy figure will cost there. Matthew, any other thoughts before we move on to the next segment?
Nope.
All right. So okay, so there is more stuff going on regarding Wolverine. So let me just get over here real quick. So obviously we've been talking about this specific figure, right? So the Hot Toys, but there's some other stuff that is that has dropped like this week about the movie itself. So let me just share this real quick. Now I'm going to talk about the box office for just a moment here, because I know that's been making news for a while, especially when it comes to the box office in the just going to the theaters in general this year. It's been kind of low. And then Marvel MCU, as a lot of you guys know, it's not at its top form right now. And this is the only MCU movie that we will have in 2024. So the projections here are that Deadpool and Wolverine is looking to slash box office records with over $200 million opening box office early look. So I know there was some questionable I've seen comments that maybe it's not going to make this much. Now I actually think it will. I mean, now it is an R-rated movie, so it is definitely going to limit a certain audiences, right, to come in. Now, Alex, since you don't live here in the US, but do they have something similar? I'm assuming they have something similar when it comes to like a rating system that certain people are restricted.
Yeah, same thing, but it's A is for all family, B is for teenagers, C is for adults. So yeah,
Oh,
don't
okay.
ask me why they label it like that. But
So- yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, it's like I said, an R-rated movie, so it is gonna cut, a significant amount there. It's
Yeah.
not gonna be like Endgame or No Way Home because those are,
yeah, the difference in
PG-13.
Latin America is that you can sneak in without a problem. Like if you
Oh,
look
okay.
a little older, then what you if you're 14 and you have a little stubble, you can get in. Yeah. So-
Oh, so they don't even like card you or anything? Like, let me
Nah.
see your ID. No.
Nah.
Oh, wow.
Unless you look super young now. And man, I watched Blair Witch Project when I was 11, and I
Oh.
wasn't supposed to get in, and yeah,
Oh, okay,
yeah, you can do
okay.
it. You can do it. Yeah,
All right. I think it's kind of like strict here.
yeah,
but
yeah.
ask you
No,
for
I
your
remember.
ID.
Like I went. I was in. Where was I? I think I was in LA when 1408 came out. Like that John Cusack movie, from Stephen
Okay.
King book.
Uh-huh.
It was a horror movie. It was rated
Yeah.
R, I think.
I don't remember if
And
it was, but yeah, go ahead.
They didn't let me in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think I was 17. I think they didn't let me in.
Yeah, I was banned, or I wasn't allowed to go in to see The Matrix for the third time. So when I went the first time, they didn't ask me anything. That was in '99, so they didn't ask me for an ID. I didn't have an ID anyways, but for some reason they let me in. The second time, same thing. They let me in. The same theater too.
Yeah.
No issues. That I went the third time. I did come with a cousin that's younger than me.
That's probably why.
and then they asked me like, how old are you? And I was like, I lied, but they still didn't let us in. So I was like, oh,
30?
right. Yeah. So I mean, yeah. But yeah, I think that was the only time that I wasn't allowed. Like I was straight up told no. I think
Yeah.
I was questioned once, and I kind of like persuade them to let me watch. What movie was it? I think it was The Faculty. Have you seen The Faculty?
Yeah,
Alex?
I really
With,
like it.
yeah.
Like it. Yeah.
Yeah, so that one they questioned me like, "How old are you?" And I told them, I was 16, and I was like 14, I think, or 13. And then they just questioned me like, "Oh, it's okay, it's not a problem. This is not an issue." My mom dropped me off. So it's like,
Yeah.
and they actually let me in. So okay. But now they want an ID. When it comes to this movie, I expect to have. I'm sure there's going to be several like security guards there, like checking
Yeah.
IDs and stuff like that. So I'm sure that's going to happen there. Let's see here. So we have Mr. Jose G. What's up, everyone? Hello there, Jose Plus, the fact checker. Thank you so much for dropping by. Greatly appreciate it. Jose has been on my show a couple times on Horror Talk and the Met Report before. So thank you so much, Mr. Jose Plus. And I still need to have you go on Figures Talk in the future. I'll definitely hit you up later. Mr. Thrawn's office, sup boys? Hello there. How you doing? Thanks so much for dropping by here as well. Greatly appreciate it. Formerly known as Mike Literis. So thanks so much. All right. So let's see. So we're talking about the box office. Oh yeah. So this is what I was going to do. So I was going to show the box office of the first Deadpool movie. Right. So the first Deadpool movie, it opened to $132 million. That's the domestic opening. That was back in 2016, right? So that was pre-COVID, R-rated movie. So it did very, very well, right? The second Deadpool movie, that one opened at $125 million. And that was in 2018, still pre-COVID. So still very, very good for an R-rated movie. So now the projections, like I mentioned earlier here, is over $200 million. And I do think that will happen. First, we have the Hugh Jackman factor, right? So he's in this movie. We finally see this version of Wolverine. I'm sure a lot of people are going to want to see that. Overall, the Deadpool movies have been popular and successful. So that's definitely going to add to the interest. So I think this will be easy $200+ million. So just a matter of, will it make the $239 million or more, like it says here that it might, right? So, but we'll see what's going to happen there. I don't remember if I asked you, any of you guys, but Do you guys think it'll make this $200 million mark, or you think it'll be less than that?
I think it's gonna be less than that.
You think it'll be less than that?
I think
Not by
I think
much.
it'll make it.
Wait, sorry, what was that again? I can't hear that.
I said I think it'll probably make it.
You think it will, and you don't think so then, Alex?
I think it will make 150, 170, but I don't think it's gonna make the
Okay, and is it because
Yeah.
of the restricted rating, or just in general you don't think it's that
I think like
popular?
people don't go to theaters that much anymore. I think
Mm.
200 is a very large number.
Yeah.
Covered like that's like when you had like I don't know, like other big movies like let's say just Infinity War or something like that. Like all the numbers were like around that 200 million stuff like that. So I think it's a little high because it's not really an event movie, something that everybody's dying to watch. I think still it's gonna make money, but I don't think it's gonna make
Yeah, I mean, I still think it is kind of a bit of an event. I think a lot of people now, of course, I'm only talking about my circle, right?
yeah.
But I do think it will get pretty close to 200 million, or it'll cross it. I don't necessarily think it'll be 239 or much higher. Definitely not higher than that. But who knows? Because there is the point that you made right now about that people are just not going to the theaters right now. They're just not really going as much.
I think like maybe the second week it will have a little lift, you know. But I don't know. I don't think that we are in that time anymore.
Oh wow,
Just
that kind of sucks though, right?
yeah,
So-
yeah. It sucks, but I mean, it's like that now. People rather watch it at home and don't spend so much money in the theaters.
Although I don't think Disney Plus is going to drop this movie into their streaming platform right away.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I think they're going to wait because Inside Out 2 came out last week here, and it made over $150 million. So a Pixar movie, which is I was surprised about that because I thought people were waiting for Disney Plus. You know, especially when it comes to the animated movies, most people just want to wait, right? So it made $150 million last week, and I mean, yeah, it is a sequel, and obviously it's not all rated, right? But people, I guess, depends on the movie, they might actually show up, right? And then there's also the I believe I heard or read that Disney said something about that they're not going to drop it on Disney Plus until after 100 days after the release date in the theaters.
That's pretty good.
So that I mean I like that idea, right? Because I mean I obviously am an advocate of the movie going experience, right? I definitely don't want that to go away because that will be kind of devastating if it goes away, at least in my opinion.
Yeah.
But you know, if you have to wait 100 days, then you're more likely to go and see it in the theater. And I think that might be the case with Deadpool and Wolverine. I really don't think they're just going to drop it on Disney Plus.
And I hope not. I hope not.
Yeah.
I don't think they will either. But they should do this, and they should stop announcing like, "Oh, it's gonna be out in 30 days." Don't say
Right.
that. Just don't say that. Make people go and watch it in the theaters, and then after it's successful, go and tell people, "Okay, now in 3 months it's gonna be in Disney Plus." But I think the fact that they used to do that, like tell you, "Okay, so the movie comes out. What day is it today? July 1st." And it's going to be on streaming platforms July 30th. If you say that, like people are just going to wait.
Yeah, I'll just wait till July 30th. Thanks.
Yeah,
So it's like-
yeah. I can wait 30 days. I don't care.
But yeah, because then you're already paying for Disney Plus, or
Yeah.
maybe you can just sign up at the time. What would you spend $25 to go see a movie that it'll be out on Disney Plus in a month?
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully they start changing that stuff.
But I'm sure it's going to make money. 200, I don't know, but it's going to make a lot of money.
We have John Stutzman saying, "Are you guys going to see Deadpool and Wolverine?" Yes, of course. Me and Matthew are going to watch it, and some other people. And then Alice, you're going to watch it that first weekend, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Darren Ward saying it will do better than predicted. So that there's one there. Thrawn's office. They also take into consideration that the average ticket price in 2018 was $9.11, and now it's $10.75. However, movies leave theaters earlier, right? People go to the theater less, and there are literally less seats in theaters now, since many have upgraded to luxury loungers. Which, yeah, the components there. Great, good point there.
Yep.
But I do see this breaking records, regardless. Yeah. So I'll still contend that it'll hit at least 200 million, or at least it'll get to the 190. But we'll see what happens, right? Mr. Kuso says, yeah, ticket and concession prices keep me out of the theaters now, but I plan on seeing this one on the big screen. So this is what I mean. Like, there's just some people that may not rush out to see a movie in the theater, but I think this is one of those movies that, yes, I'm gonna go see this as soon as possible. I do think this is one of those. Thrawn's office saying, also, this is the rare movie that feels like it was made by people who don't hate me. All right, so we got that. Okay, so I think there was something else regarding that. Oh, here's another thing here, and this is gonna go more into the whole rumors situation, right? So just take this as you will, right? So saying that Blade appearing in Deadpool and Wolverine world would continue Ryan Reynolds' comic book movie trend. I've heard this. How accurate this is, I have no idea, except the thing that is talking about here in Screen Rant is that Ryan Reynolds has used, other characters that he's played in other movies. Like in the first Deadpool movie, he brings the Deadpool from 2009. And then I think it was the second Deadpool that he brings in, or at least kind of references the Green Lantern. And they're saying that maybe we'll see Blade, I'm guessing Wesley Snipes, as one of those cameos. If that's going to happen, I have no idea. But if you were to see that, Alex, what would you think about that?
I don't know, man. I don't think I care a lot.
Okay. Yeah, so just another cameo there. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of cameos.
It's cool. It's cool, but it's like, okay, Wesley Snipes is there, and we haven't seen him in what, like 20 years as Blade.
Yeah, I mean, he was I think he was like in prison for a few years, I think, for the IRS situation there. But
he was in prison?
I believe he was. I think he was, because of the IRS. I guess some IRS issues going on. But so yeah, how about you, Matthew? Gen Zer. Since I don't even know if you've seen. Have you seen the original Blade movie? I don't even think it was.
Yeah. But this is like the most random, convoluted theory ever. So.
Okay.
Nor do I care for it to happen.
Wow. Okay.
No, I don't think it's gonna happen.
Okay. All right. So I guess we'll find out. We see him.
Like, I don't know. It's kind of like when George Clooney showed up in The Flash. He's like, oh, he's there. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. We have another comment here. Where is it? Thrawn's office says, yeah, cut him some slack. The guy was literally in prison. Yeah, there you go. So there you go. Yeah, I think he didn't want to pay his IRS bill, so so he rather go to prison. But he's out now, and who knows? Maybe he'll make an appearance here for Alex's delight. So they.
I like his movie. I like Blade.
Oh, yeah,
I remember the first two movies were fun, but it's like, I don't know, man. Like, is it really that relevant?
Well, I mean, a lot of those cameos are not, right? So it's just like, you know that they're going to do a bunch of cameos based on the whole, what is it, the universe jumping or whatever, multiverse jumping. So he's going to go into all these places, and I'm sure that's probably one of those is going to be one of those situations, especially with Ryan Reynolds' humor.
Yeah,
and then the whole Blade and the whole Blade Trinity situation, right? So that's why that speculation.
And I think, you know what, like, it's not that crazy now that I think about it, since they are trying to keep alive the interest for the Marvel Blade movie.
Oh yeah,
it might be a good idea to make people jump into the franchise and watch the old movies and see if people still have interest in them.
Yeah, because that Blade movie, MCU, I don't know what the hell's going to happen to that.
It's not.
So I don't think it's gonna happen.
You think it's not gonna happen? Yeah, Mahershala Ali, he's gonna leave eventually. I wouldn't be surprised next week. He has dropped out as Blade, but yeah, we'll see what happens there. Okay, so the next thing here, let me get over there real quick. Okay, another situation here. Some people have been asking me about this, the popcorn bucket. So the popcorn bucket for Deadpool and Wolverine. So Matthew, as a Gen
Yes.
Zer, does this interest you? Getting a popcorn bucket,
Um,
or this one, anyways?
a little bit because it looks pretty stupid. So just for that alone, I would kind of want it, but I probably won't get it. No.
I mean, I did get the Dune one, the Dune 2.
Yeah.
It was like, I think it was like $30. So it wasn't too bad, but
Yeah.
I'm sure this one will be around there. And like I said, some people have asked me about this. Like, do you know when is it gonna be available? Whatever. So let me just show this real quick here, guys. So hold on a second here. Can you guys still hear me and see me? Because I'm getting like a connection issue. Okay. All right. So, I mean, I usually go to AMC Theaters because it's close to me and I have that A-list pass or whatever. So, if for the people who are interested in this Wolverine popcorn bucket and you want to go to AMC Theaters, so what you would have to do is go to their website, assuming that you're not already in the theater and then you see it there, right? So they have the merchandise there on their website, right? So you go to the merchandise there, and then you just go based on where did I go? Oh, click the merchandise button there. Okay, so there you go. I think you guys can still see it, right? Oh, I'm showing the different one. Hold on a sec. There you go. Okay, so you go to the merchandising section there, and then it'll show you like all these things that they're selling or whatever, right? So I'm sure when this comes out, when this popcorn bucket comes out, it'll probably be here if you don't want to necessarily go to the theater itself to find out, right? So it'll probably be in the merchandise section under the AMC Theaters. If you go to Cinemark, let me see here if I'm able to show it. Okay, there it is. Same thing. They have a merchandise tab. You click on that, and then it'll. Oh, I think I'm already there. And then you just go here, the popcorn buckets, right? So there you go. So there's no like date as to when it's gonna, come out or whatever. But I'm sure it'll be sometime next month. I've seen it where they become available before the movie comes out, maybe like a couple weeks before the movie comes out. So if you guys were interested in that, then definitely that'll be a way for you to try to get it. If I'm able to secure two, because I do want one. If I am able to secure one, I'll see if I can do a giveaway for the 50th episode of the Met Report. So I'm assuming it's not too complicated to like ship it out and not get damaged. But if that's the case, if it's not an issue, then I'll definitely do that. Let's see. Mr. Kuso says best popcorn bucket ever. Says Mr. Kuso. Maybe he hasn't seen the Dune 2 one yet, but